Just a quick disclaimer for the sake of Brendan's career. This video is edited by myself, Kieran, and it is a test. This episode is mainly a test episode, but our goal is to upload every single Monday of 2020, so we're going to upload the test episode anyway. There's lots of stuff, lots of techniques we used in this podcast that we aren't going to use, and by the end of the month we hope to have the best equipment possible. And yeah, so stick around, trust us. This is going to be the greatest podcast. Yeah, watch if you want, listen if you want, enjoy, look after yourselves. Bye. Alright, hello. What? Listen to the intro. The CEO of On Post was for 3 years in the world, 3 years in a row world champion of Connect 4.
What? That's...
Are you filming? Welcome back to Everything from Nothing. This is going to be one of the greatest podcasts in Ireland, and
going to be.
Yeah. What's the thing? Yeah. We're going to try and get different listeners because we want to separate. For most people who are going to watch this, will have come across this through Croig, which is what this was named. I don't know which fucking camera to look at. There's 3 cameras now. What the fuck? Yeah, I just look at that one. It's so weird. Yeah, but we wanted to change it and separate from Croig because we didn't want it to be tied in with our community group, and we want to do other things with Croig. So for any of the new listeners or watchers, because this is also going to be on Spotify, this is on Spotify. If you're watching, wait one sec. Sorry. I'm just going to cut down a sec. Okay. This is weird.
Basically, we want to swear more.
I actually can't. 3 cameras are weird. I think it's weird. Yeah. It's just like OCD, like it's fun. Welcome back to Everything from Nothing. The most authentic, wholesome, heartwarming and good podcast in Ireland. And we're now uploading on Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube and you just want to listen, you can listen to the audio only on Spotify. And on YouTube, you can watch it if you're listening on Spotify now. So just to clarify, if anyone is watching this from our last name, Croig, we just wanted to separate it to so we can do other things with Croig. We want to have this podcast as its own thing. Fuck. One sec, sorry. Are you... Can we just... I'm one sec, sorry. I'm just sorry. Who's the fuck at me? Because I'm trying to look at a camera.
It's a mirror.
What?
It's a mirror.
Yeah. Right, I'm just going to do that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, this is our podcast. I just think it's easier to talk to you than to talk to you. How was your Christmas?
Yeah, grand.
Yeah.
I got a new bass, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
Delighted.
What kind of bass is it? Just don't know anything about basses.
Fender Squire. It's white. It's very nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's nice to actually play something that doesn't buzz every time I plug it into an amp.
Yeah. How was your Christmas? How was all your Christmas?
Terrifying.
Oh, terrifying.
Spent a lot of it in hospital and in bed.
Sure.
So, not great.
Yeah.
We won't go into that now though.
Yeah. Your Christmas?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Busy.
Christmas.
Good.
Do any have any New Year's goals or any those kind of hopes and stuff?
I don't think so. I never really make resolutions.
Yeah, they're kind of weird. Like I'm not sure what that's about. Like why people pick a time of the year to change their lives. Like I don't know.
Fresh start, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like a milestone. Like it's kind of a
Yeah.
time of reflection for a lot of people because they just kind of think of last time they were at New Year's and like what they wanted to do, and they're like, oh, I haven't done any of those things. I need to do them now. But
Yeah.
People are full of good intentions.
Yeah. You see, no, I'm not going to say their name, but there's a shop in a big shop chain supermarket that sell other products apart from food, and like just in the first day of the New Year's Day they put out like a big row of like all like exercise and like all this like gym equipment and stuff like that, and just how it very smart 'cause they know that people are going to be like, oh, New Year, new me and all that crap.
Yeah, a lot of the gyms have like half price membership.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's very smart, like. Jesus. Yeah, even the charity shops. That's what I don't understand. Do you ever see charity shops doing sales?
Yeah.
I can never understand that. Like, it's a bit bizarre. Yeah. So these are for any of the new watchers or listeners. We have 4 guests here. Myself. All right. I'm trying to say. How do you say? I'm trying to. Never mind. Right.
What's my name again?
So there's Brendan, Stevie, and Danielle, and myself. And yeah, so throughout each episode, we're going to have a few different hosts on. We're going to vary between us to just keep it interesting and stuff. This is our first episode, and we could cut out all the like me being nervous and showing the gibberish at the start. But this is way too authentic, and we are way too wholesome to do so. So you're going to see me absolutely nervous in the beginning. We're going to keep that in. Yeah, so I was talking about, remember I was telling you about, I was, just before today, I was planning on fasting for 7 days and then breaking on the podcast, but I actually broke it last night because I just couldn't, I don't know. Not that I was trying to fix my sleep schedule as well, but it was intense. But the plan was that we were going to do this crazy thing here. But to be honest, it would have just ended up being a podcast where you might have had to call the hospital or something. So, I don't know.
How did it go?
It was good. Like, it was intense. It was the first 3 days were the only 3 days I was hungry. Then after that, which is what everyone else says when I was researching it, is that you just lose your hunger because that's when your body starts eating all the other stuff. So it doesn't feel hungry.
Do you feel better?
I do now, like absolutely. I think why I was starting to feel worse is because I don't think I had as much like toxins and stuff in my body that I expected. So I think my body got to the stage where it had done what it needed to do, and then I was trying to keep going just for the sake of eating the strawberry on the podcast. And I was like, oh fuck no, I shouldn't. It's not worth it. Like, just a podcast, like. No, but we'll be doing a 40-day fast soon, and you can just make sure you watch every episode and listen to every episode to see us come near to death.
Chain yourself to a post outside somewhere, just like.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing that when they were moving the post office. I was like, there's literally one solution, and I know this would work because it'd be ridiculous, but because I was planning on fasting anyway. I was like, this is perfect. I could use this as an excuse to fast. And also maybe save the post office, but was to just get like maybe like a few festival chairs and park upside the post office and just do a hunger strike, like get some support from the locals. But yeah, so what do you find my biggest struggle with like my diet was eating at night? I'd eat healthy all day, and then at night time I wasn't able to. I just start eating all kinds of stuff. Is that what way do you find at night time you just have more cravings for like sugary food or anything?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's because when it gets to night time you get a lot lazier, so like usually when it comes to eating healthier it takes like some form of preparation for your food, so like I feel it's so much easier to just grab biscuits. Like.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Whereas like if you would prep like some form of healthy snack, if you prep that in advance, then when it comes to night time you can reach for them instead, but if you haven't done that it's too difficult to not just take the easier option.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
It's too close to bed, you don't have time to cook anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do any good at cooking? You're good at cooking, aren't you?
I'm getting better at it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like doing shepherd's pie and casseroles and stuff like that.
But would you use much, like, would you be good at, like, I'm getting into cooking recently and I can't understand, like, using herbs, like, and spices. I use herbs and spices, but, like, it's mad how, like, sensitive using them are to cooking.
Yeah, like you get used to them after a while as well, and you kind of know which ones are going to work with different
with
like
each other or
roots
just
and stuff.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and with different vegetables and stuff like that as well, and like the way you, like whether you're baking or like roasting vegetables or boiling them or whatever, like it depends on how you cook the rest of the food as well. Like,
Oh, that's mad.
but yeah, you get used to it. It's cool.
Or even just simple things like I love garlic and I use a lot of garlic when I cook, but you know that's just like the grated garlic you get. I was using that, but I noticed if I was making mince, if I put in slightly too much of that, it just made the mince taste kind of this kind of gone off taste. And for ages I was wondering what was wrong with the mince, like I just couldn't figure it out, because like because I love garlic, so I was just trying to add loads of it in, and I just put slightly less in, and it tasted unreal. I was like, okay, that's what I'm doing wrong. I never would have thought it. Like,
It's a science, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I
Like,
wouldn't know a lot about it, but yeah.
yeah. Then do you enjoy cooking?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Enjoy it when it goes right.
Yeah.
When it goes wrong, it's
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
my brother was actually saying to me one day, I was cooking something, and everything went well apart from the what are they called, croquettes, and they were kind of singed, but not not a hell of a lot. And I was like flipping out, going crazy, like Gordon Ramsay style. And Liam was just like, Brendan, there's people who don't have any croquettes at all. I was like, oh yeah. Suppose I should probably calm down.
Yeah. That's just true.
I think I use the same spices for almost everything I cook though as well. Like, I don't really vary it.
Paprika.
Paprika. It's always paprika, cumin, cayenne pepper, black pepper, turmeric. It could be pronounced that wrong.
Turmeric's really good to eat.
Yeah. I don't know, garlic, onion. It's just the same. Like, 'cause I might use onion, salt and stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes, like the salt in it, it adds too much.
Yeah. Yeah, paprika is the one I'd spice that I'd use in everything, or parsley as a herb.
Oh yeah.
That's
Parsley
just what it feels like it works
Goes
with
with
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Goes great with garlic as well. Like, it's meant to help kind of, not make it as like kind of pungent. Like.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten a piece of parsley?
No.
It's disgusting.
Whoa, like the plant?
Yeah.
No.
I was at a Passover feast when I was in college, and
Right.
we had like all the different
Oh
parts of it.
no.
One of it is a piece of parsley.
Oh wow.
It's vile.
Really?
Yeah.
That's mad.
I might have actually. We did a Passover meal when I was in secondary school. When I was in like second or third year, as part of a junior cert project.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah,
I remember trying. That was the only time I ever tried hummus, and I wasn't able for it all. I wasn't. Just not my thing.
Is the Passover meal again? Is that to do with like Easter?
It's
Probably really offensive. Right? Okay.
It's like isn't it the whole thing of like during Egypt, the whole idea that if your door was painted with like an X over it or something, the angel of death passed over your house.
Okay, yeah.
So it was like it's like a Jewish feast day.
All right. And that's kind of the thought behind putting a pumpkin out for Halloween as well. Is that the old spirits and ghouls will leave you alone or something?
Is that like, was it apotropaic or something? Is that the word?
Where was it?
Like when you use something scary to scare off scary things
No way.
or something like that. I think it's apotropaic. I think
Oh, that's mad.
I think so anyway. Do you know the way they put like on boats and like missiles and planes and stuff? They put like eyes and a mouth.
Oh,
make
right.
it look like really scary and stuff.
Oh,
So
right.
it's like a really ancient thing. People used to do it on like ovens and stuff as well. They put like like a Medusa image and stuff so that the dinner wouldn't get like evil spirits in it and stuff like that. Because that'll ruin your croquettes.
That's worse than too much parsley, like the spirits. Like, there's I remember, I can't remember, but there was a whole like research done behind like why we see faces and everything. Like, we see like a car that looks like a face. Like, the car looks like everything you can. Well, not everything, but there's lots of things that just look like there's a face or something. Like,
if you look at clouds.
but that's class. I feel like it's harder to do that now. Cause not now, but just in Ireland, is like, do you know you see movies of like every other country that has clouds? Like, there's all these like beautiful shapes. In Ireland, it's just like, it's a blue sky, and then there's just this blanket of like
just one cloud that takes up the entire sky.
Yeah. You can see your hopes and dreams kind of just staring through that. It's pretty good. I read this mad fact about Nikola Tesla, and apparently a few others, but apparently Nikola Tesla, when he used to lucid dream, so like, lucid dream is where, for anyone listening that doesn't, or watching that doesn't know, is when you're aware that you're dreaming and you're in control of your dreams. But apparently Nikola Tesla at night time used to lucid dream so he could work in his sleep. And so he could take in, like, he could go work in places that he wouldn't be able to, like, so, like,
That's mad.
yeah. Do you ever lucid dream?
I barely dream.
No.
Barely dream.
I remember my dreams maybe once every 2 or 3 months. Like, that's it.
No way.
And I've tried to do like dream journals before and stuff. I just don't seem to be able. I don't know. It's like
Start doing the.
most of my dreams are cartoon as well. Whenever I do, it's weird. It's
Oh no
like,
way. That's mad. Are they ever like the ones you do have when they are they intense or are they just little gibberish like? Or?
no, there's usually a good story to them. Like it's usually involving people I know, but there's like a slight cartoon element to them. So I still know it's the person I know, but they just look kind of cartoony. It's really odd, like. But
Yeah.
whenever I do dream, it is usually really vivid though. Like I don't know. Or sleep paralysis I get a lot, which is
Oh really?
Oh, yeah,
that
I hate
I don't know if that counts as dreaming, like, because you're kind of awake and
I
it's
love
terrifying.
Sleep. I'm weird relationship with sleep paralysis. I kind of enjoy it, but like when you ever try, it's very hard. But when you do get past like that feeling, like, and if you can like let go of when you can't move and you're just like, which is very hard. But when you do, then you go into this crazy dream, like crazy dreams.
But
Not the crazy dream, not like everyone goes into the same crazy dream. But
what I do find really odd though is like probably my 3 biggest fears are actually the 3 most common forms of sleep paralysis, which show like because I used to get a lot when I was a kid as well. Like I just find it really odd because like I'm terrified of heights, and one of the sleep paralysis things you feel like you're falling.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of someone like breaking into the room while I'm asleep, and that's another one. The intruder sleep paralysis. So you see like a shadow over you, and then I'm afraid of like not being able to breathe, or like I get really worried about my neck, and like. That's like the other one where you like, think someone's choking you. So I only realised lately that like my 3 biggest fears probably actually come directly from sleep paralysis.
Oh, wow.
I was just really interested to find out. Like,
Yeah.
That used to give me terrible anxiety in college when I was there. I
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening the first time it happened. It was like, what the
Yeah.
hell was that?
Their drop off point. Some spirit was using the drop off point. Oh, they're after dropping off some a basket.
just a note that says, "Don't be talking shit about me."
Yeah.
I hear you.
But what were you saying about? having
Oh,
sleep
yeah,
paralysis in
like-
college?
I didn't know what was happening the first time, and like I thought something had happened while I was asleep, and that I'd woke up in hospital or something, because it was kind of like, you know, being paralyzed, and I thought like, am I on an operating table or like what's going on? And I just started freaking out completely then, and it was like hallucinating during the day then as well, because I wasn't sleeping enough in college, and that's what brings it on as well. Like if you're not in a healthy sleep routine, it just makes it way worse, because it's like the REM sleep is trying to overlap with like the rest of your cycle, so it's like you're dreaming while you're supposed to be like completely unconscious or something. It's crazy.
It's like you're kind of like your body is asleep, but your mind is like in between that
Yeah,
state
yeah.
then as well. Like
Or actually, something because you were talking about lucid dreaming, I just remembered as well. I was watching, I think it was on Netflix or something, but it was like just this thing basically explaining one of the ideas behind lucid dreaming. They said when you look at like someone's brain when they're lucid dreaming, like when you're dreaming, it's like the creative and all that kind of part of your brain is really active, and like the part of your brain that usually functions with logic and facts and stuff is asleep, not really doing much. When you're lucid dreaming, that part of your brain lights up. So it's basically like you're dreaming with the full creativity of a normal dream, but you also have your logic.
wow.
Because when you look at dreams when you're not lucid dreaming, there's no logic to them. It's all random information that you've seen before that doesn't make sense. Like, you know, you walk through like the sitting room door in your house and you're in your school. It's always really weird things. But when you're lucid dreaming, it's logical. There's actually a rationale to everything. Like, I thought that was really interesting.
That makes sense then why Nicholas Tesla is doing all that mad shit. Like
That's probably not
He
that.
to do it since he's been really young.
really,
He
like
can completely control.
whenever can he go into them?
Yeah.
I will like
Yeah.
wow.
And
That's
he's able
class.
to control the dream completely, do whatever he wants.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's class. Does he do it often? It's exhausting.
Yeah, he said that it's tired.
Yeah.
I don't know. I must ask him how often. He
I'd
does it.
wake up more tired after a lucid dream, like
Yeah.
physically, not really mentally, but more physically. You just like
He
it's
loves
weird,
it,
like-
though. I think I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd like to be in control.
No.
it's but like yeah, it's weird.
It kind of defeats the purpose of the dream, really.
I think so as
Yeah.
well.
It's kind of like going to a scary movie and then having a button that's like, you know, no scary things happen when you press it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like,
I asked it kind of go on, sorry.
what?
Okay,
No, it's just kind of like,
I-
it's like ripping yourself off or something, because like when you're in that creative side where nothing makes sense and it's all random, it's like there's like an opportunity there to find things that you wouldn't be able to consciously bring up anyway.
Okay, I get
So
that,
it's
yeah.
kind
It's
of like,
messages being sent to you.
yeah,
Isn't
kind of.
there?
It's like
That makes
revelations
sense,
and
yeah.
stuff like that as well.
Because you're not really. I suppose like if you're lucid dreaming, only you're going to be in your conscious, like what you know, like
Yeah.
so you control, and you can only control what you know, like so it's subconscious, as you said, you're open to what you might know but you don't know you know.
Yeah.
No.
Like I've often had like really healing dreams then sometimes where it's like, you know, stuff that I might not have dealt with properly, that all just gets fixed in a dream, and I wake up like, oh wow,
Yeah,
that was fresh.
I think dreams are the best for, and I definitely never got that in lucid dreaming, as you're saying, actually thinking about it, that's interesting. But yeah, I think dreams are definitely the best gateway to things that affect you that you didn't know affect you, like at all, like it could be the smallest things like that might have like bothered you when you're 4, but when something bothers you when you're 4, it's as like impactful as like, you know, something disastrous when you're older. Like it's like you wonder, like, you know, kids like they cry over some small things, but like that could be massive. It is massive to them, like, and like there's so many small things that you think that mightn't bother you that you might just come up in your dream. You're like, oh, and you wake up and you're like, oh yeah, no, that didn't matter. Then it's just gone forever. Like, and you go. Yeah, lucid dreaming.
Your microphone is flashing there, actually. Yeah.
Is it?
Just turn it down a tiny bit.
Oh, turn this one.
The input volume, wherever that is.
So what number is that on? Oh, that's way too high. Do you think that's all fucked up now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
It probably should be picked up on that one anyway.
Wait,
Oh yeah. Sure, we'll pick you up on that one. We'll just
yeah. So, what about have any gone to any music festivals?
Been to one. I went
Yeah.
to Townlands. No, I don't think it's not last summer because it wasn't on, but the year before. I didn't really know what to expect because like, I don't know. I'm not usually good at really loud places, but it was nice because it was a good balance between like, it's like you could be right up beside the music and like have like, you know, really, if you wanted to like be just not be able to hear anything, and like if you that's the thing you enjoy, you could be there. But there was so many good conversations around the place as well, and I thought with the layout it was very difficult to get lost as well.
Yeah,
So it was, the community aspect was brilliant because like if I turned around and I didn't see anyone I knew I could go up to a random person and be like, well, how are you? And they just talk away to me like I knew them for years.
Yeah.
And it was just really nice feeling. So
It's definitely my favourite thing at festivals. What about you?
It was at Kaleidoscope this year, family fest.
Oh, the kids.
Oh.
Oh, how did that go?
Brilliant. Yeah. Like the focus is mostly on kids, but it's still really enjoyable for adults as well.
Yeah.
And we got a camper van this summer as well, which made it.
Oh, that's a whole.
Great.
Is that your first festival with a camper van?
Yeah.
Whole other ball game, I'd say.
Yeah.
You've made it. Yeah, I'd say so, especially if kids like you. I can imagine was there many tents at that?
Loads.
Really?
And apparently very noisy in the tents because
Oh,
the babies were all
Jesus.
crying.
Oh, no. What's going on? No, I don't know if I could. Oh.
So we were grand in the camper, like, couldn't hear anything.
I never heard of that festival though, is it?
Just started this year.
Oh right.
It's
Yeah, it was the first year.
Wicklow.
Oh right.
In Blessington, I think.
I think it was, yeah, it seems. Is it? No, I don't think it's. Oh, no, I think it is Blessington. Actually, stood outside of Blessington because Knockenstockings and Blessington as well. I think it's,
Okay.
but yeah, there was. I was talking to one guy who was playing at that, like, and he said it was like their favorite gig, like, and they play like heavy music, like, and he said it was their favorite gig, like, because all the kids were coming up to them after, like, wanting to see the guitar and stuff like that. They said it was the most like reward they've ever got for playing a gig, like, was having that kind of that. Just, you know, kids coming up and people appreciating their music, and you know that they are because they're not off their heads or they're not drunk. Like.
Yeah.
I suppose it'd be cool as well because it's like to a kid if they see like any band playing on a big stage, they're gonna be like, whoa, these guys are famous, like, and they'll just react like that. Whereas like a lot of adults could just turn up to that same gig and go, oh, I don't know them, and walk away. Like actually not get that experience. Whereas kids kind of get sucked into things a lot easier. Like they enjoy things a lot quicker.
Yeah,
like they get impressed.
Like as in like adults would be more like they'd go towards like the bigger, more famous.
Yeah. So they mightn't actually, go see an act because you're just like, oh, I don't know who they are, and go away. To a kid, it doesn't really matter as much. Like if they're standing near the place and it's there, they're going to pay attention to it and be like, what's this?
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. What about you? You ever been to music festivals?
I've never been like. I've never stayed overnight at a festival, but
Yeah.
I've been to a fair few. But like there's only so much fast food and pissing in a portaloo I can do before I go mad. I have to get home.
Yeah.
I need my own little space. Like I can't stand being like out in the field in a tent with a load of people. I wouldn't
It's
do
the
that.
crowds as well.
Yeah, the
Oh,
crowds.
Hate it.
Yeah, I definitely prefer smaller festivals for that.
I don't think I'd be able for an electric picnic. Like, I think I'd be there for a few hours and like, right, I've had enough. I need to go home and just.
Remember Austin years ago? It used to be on.
No, I was never.
I was never at it, but I heard
Went to
stories.
2 days. I never stayed over, but the smell, like, you feel like
Like
it's
that.
just on you for the 2 weeks afterwards. It's a vibe. Like,
That thing sounded insane. They had a. Do you know that oxygen? They had a. Oh no, I can't say that. Doesn't matter. I'll tell you after. But I can't say it on this. Yeah. Wait, what festival? What festival are the ones you did go to? What was
Well, like
your
this
favourite?
year, well, I usually go down to the Jazz Fest
Oh, cool.
every
Oh,
year.
yeah.
That's usually
In Cork.
yeah, but it was mobbed this year. Well, it's mobbed every year really, but like, you know, you've kind of got to plan your day in advance, otherwise you don't get to see anything, and you know you need to get your tickets and all that kind of stuff. And then, other than Valley of the Arts, I don't think I went to any festivals this year. Now, I would just mainly just bands. Like I prefer just go to a band, or if there's like a support act or whatever, because then it's like, you know, you can go and support, you know, your favorite acts rather than just kind of wandering around in circles. Because like at a festival as well, it's like most bands, they only do their greatest hits because, you know, you're not going to stay there for like 2 hours at one band, you know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
They're usually up for like half an hour and then they're off.
Yeah.
Somebody else gets on. So I don't know. I prefer to just go see like a band that I like
Yeah.
for an hour or whatever. You get like a really good intimate experience with it, you know.
What was going to tell you?
there's a really good metal festival in Temple
Yeah, I was
Moor.
going to ask about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, Temple Moor.
it's in Temple
I've
Moor,
actually never
yeah.
been to that one
It's
now.
really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Great
It's a friend
crack.
of mine organises it, but it's actually brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have to get over it this year. I was going to go over to that. You went over to that, didn't you, Lysa? Lysa's our camera guy. That's what
It is a great little festival.
he said. It's a
Yeah.
great little festival.
there was a System of a Down tribute band there, and it was like they had actually said they said it was their first gig. Like actually, they just like they've been practicing together obviously a good while, but they just said they couldn't believe it because like there were just obviously a lot of people there who love System of a Down, and because they
Yeah.
never tour and never really come to Ireland, like it's
That's
like
right.
everyone was just like you'd swear it was actually System of a Down, how excited people were to actually
That's
just like
right.
head back along to their music. Like,
You
Yeah.
never hear anyone play System of a Down.
No.
Like,
No, never.
it's such strange music. Like.
Acoustic covers of them always work so well as well. They sound savage, like, but you never really hear. Like, I've only ever heard any on YouTube and stuff. Like,
They say that's a sign of a really good song or a well-written song if you can play it acoustically and it still sounds
oh
Mm.
really?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like- Yeah, I think it's like it gets overlooked a lot. I think with metal is like a lot of people still have a lot of like harmonic and melodic kind of things going on in metal. People just kind of think, oh, it's noisy and it's loud. But when you break it apart, like you know, it's just slow down. Some of the harmonies that go on and some of the like different like kind of rhythms they use and stuff. There's a lot of musical theory behind it as well. It's really cool. Like whether they actually know music theory or they just happen to like discover that along the way, I don't know. But like, it's definitely a lot more kind of than just noise, like a lot of people say about metal.
Yeah. And did you see the new Metal Fest? That's on. I don't know when it's on.
On Sunstroke.
Sunstroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good. I think that was on in the 90s, was it? Is this
No.
Oh, yeah, they brought it back from something anyway. I'm not sure the history behind
Yeah,
its original.
Fate No More are playing, I think, or something.
Yeah, there's sound. It seems like there's really good bands. It's cool to see because what's the one in England is Download, isn't it? Download and Sonisphere. Yeah, Download and Sonisphere. Yeah, festivals and stuff. I have. Oh yeah, do you know this man I found? I was very happy today. Look at Joey. We're gonna have. There's a guy who actually we're gonna have him on someday soon. This guy out the window where we're filming, who we're gonna have as a guest soon. Yeah, bet you don't care. Yeah, I was fucking walking into Tesco today. So do you know where we got for Krog? Krog is our community group. To clarify the gibberish I was saying there this morning.
You're still saying it.
Yeah, it's speaking gibberish. Yeah, Krog is our community group, and we're doing things and stuff. And there's the blue tokens in Tesco. Do you know the boxes, whatever? We got our boxes in there. Fuck off, like, what'd you do? blue tokens in Tesco. Anyway, I kept walking by it, and like there was always like 10 or fuck all in it. Like at the bottom, there was absolutely nothing in it. And I kept walking, and this was over the last, like, since they went in, maybe like a month and a half or something. And I was so confused because people kept telling me that they were putting blue tokens in for crowd. And I was like, you're not fucking lying, like, it's just every time I walk by his tent. And I went to put some in, like, and there was two others, but yeah, I went to put some in, and then my friend's mother who works in Tesco comes over to me, she was like, look at this, and she pointed on the box, and there was like 10 little marks on it. It's been filled up 10 times, the token box.
It's been empty.
Yeah, and been empty 10 times. Like, it just keeps getting filled up, but just by some coincidence, every time I walk by, it's always at the bottom.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, I was like, why? It's like, because even the other ones were low as well. It's like, is no one doing blue tokens this month? Like, or last month or two? What's going on?
What are the other groups? There's Thurles, Camogie. Actually, yeah, to be honest, we don't need ours filled up anymore. So go fill up the Thurles, Camogie, Thurles ladies Camogie team. If anyone in Thurles is listening, fill up their token place. Yeah, no, that was sound at Tesco. Thanks for everyone for putting blue tokens in the plastic box. Appreciate it. Surely not. Yeah, what would you like to see happen with this podcast?
Some panda bears to come in.
Panda
just,
bears?
Yeah, just go mental and just wreck the place.
Pandas are definitely one of like the oddest animals I know. Like.
Yeah, wait, what?
Do you know like how I think dogs mark their territory? Do you know how pandas like do it? They like approach a tree and they do a handstand and they piss up the tree, and basically depending on how high up the smell of piss is on the tree, other pandas are aware of how dominant that like panda is. Or like they're actually meant to eat meat. Like they're actually like not herbivores at all. They're just too lazy, and that's why this might not be true, but I read it somewhere that was like apparently like they actually eat so much bamboo all day every day because they can't get enough nutrients from it, so they have to eat it that much. Whereas if they actually just went and hunted stuff, like they'd actually be fine. They wouldn't need to sit around and eat bamboo.
Jeez, they're lazy and creative. Creative about their urination techniques.
Strange animals.
Yeah. What's your favourite animal?
I love elephants.
Yeah. Is there any reasons why, or is it just like that's the one you're just drawn to? Like,
I think I'm drawn to them, but I like the way they say elephants never forget.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. The idea of that. Obviously, they don't know if elephants forget things or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if there was an elephant in the room? Would you still like it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't talk about it though.
Yeah, people don't seem to like elephants in rooms. You know,
They grieve as well. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, they do.
About that.
Yeah, I've seen a video of
grieve.
I've seen a video of. It's obviously like I don't know how they done it. Like it wasn't definitely true. It was definitely I don't know. It has to be forced or whatever. But like I see that video of the elephant painting.
Painting an elephant.
Painting.
Yeah.
Was that what it was? It was painting an elephant.
Yeah, I painted like kind of just like a black kind of stick elephant, but like
The elephant painted it.
Yeah, like it's painting like I don't know.
Most of the comments were just people saying like, okay, yeah, it's cool, but how did you get the elephant to do this? Like,
Yeah, like the thing is, you're gonna assume it's cruel, but maybe they just ask nicely. I don't know. Like sometimes we just don't know these things. Like sometimes it's not quick to judge. Like some elephants could just be crazy smart. Like, nah, some are probably forced. Let's be honest. Like. What about your favorite animals?
Raccoons are pretty good.
Raccoons.
Yeah.
That's a cool.
I'd love to have a raccoon.
Cool.
Just a pet raccoon.
Would you like to? Yeah, I can imagine walking downtown with a raccoon on a leash. Like I think definitely.
Turn a few heads.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't actually.
Yeah.
I don't really like animals. Like, I don't know. Well, it's not that I don't like animals. It's I'll watch Planet Earth and I find facts about animals really interesting. But you put any animal in front of me and I'll just do this. Like, I'm not able for the whole not being able to communicate and invading personal space. I just can't cope with it.
I realised that. I realised after a minute. I was asked you were going to. I was like, oh fuck, he's going to say I don't like animals, which isn't the case. Like Stevie does. Not like animals.
Yeah, it's like when I say I don't like dogs, I don't mean like, oh, I'd kick a dog. Like I'm not that kind of person. It's not that I hate dogs. Like it's just that if someone puts a dog near me, I will just lock up and want to get away, and I won't feel comfortable in a house with a dog. Like, or any pet really.
That's fair. Yeah, I've always wanted the same thing with the I always imagine myself walking past Hayes' hotel with a penguin on a leash and just like, if I had a friend that was a penguin, I don't think I'd like really talk to anyone else. I just like, because I know I'd be known as like that weirdo that's walking around the town with a penguin, and I really wouldn't give a fuck because I'd be walking around with a penguin. Like I'd much rather, I'd love to be the weirdo walking around town with a penguin. Like,
have you seen that penguin that was in the army in, was it Sweden or
wait,
something?
what?
Yeah.
He's in the army.
Was it in Sweden or like somewhere in Europe anyway? There was a penguin in the army and it got promoted to like brigadier or something. And there was like this big red carpet and like everyone like, you know, like saluting it walking down. It's on YouTube. It's pretty old, but like it's like that penguin has more achievements than I do.
Oh man, what the fuck, like?
One thing I would love to do, like rather than getting a pet, is like I'd love to turn around and tell people I got a snake, but just buy like a tank for a snake. So when people come over to see the snake, they're just an empty tank and they just panic and be like, "Oh my god, where's it gone?"
Yeah.
Or a tarantula. You can work with any animal that someone would be afraid of. Like just get the tank and it'd be great fun.
Our cameraman, one of them, Lysa, got a tarantula. What's her name again? Taryn McTula. What's that from again? You're saying?
The rubber bandits, they call them tarantulas.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tarantula.
Oh yeah, I bought a
Tarantula.
tarantula off a Swedish guy.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever see the video of the penguin that they with a backpack and they put this is, swear to God, this is in China. This little penguin walks, and there's loads of videos on YouTube where he walks to the fish market every day on its own, like comes back and when he goes to the fish market, a person will, and it's like a really cute penguin backpack, like as in it's a penguin face on the backpack. You look it up on YouTube, like it's went viral a while back, but yeah, like the fish market then will put the fish in his backpack. He comes home to his owners feed it him, but on his way home, if it's a hot day, the neighbours will come out with the garden hose and wash it, like just keep it cool, like, or stuff. This is mad, like. Penguins end up in weird situations. I think the Madagascar kind of portrayed the messiness. Not messiness. What was the word? Blackguardery.
Mischievous.
Ish. Yeah. How long is it going for? Because this is.
40 minutes.
40 minutes. Yeah, I think we're going to finish up. This episode was definitely more of a test episode. And yeah, we wanted to test out this new setup. Well, we wanted to test out using individual mics because we've used just singular mic before. Yeah, and we're planning on getting a new setup where it just makes everything easier for all of us. And there mightn't be as much of these kind of looks like a construction site or something, doesn't it?
It's like Dublin.
Yeah, it's like Dublin. Yeah.
That's all part of the plan to get Dustin on the podcast. Like if we make this look more like Dublin, we feel more like home.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. This podcast for me anyway is a bit rusty. It was weird taking a break. It was like coming back and starting. It was like doing minus a podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like I was more nervous this time doing the other one, so I felt like I'd done minus podcasts while we took a break.
Yeah, I kind of. Yeah, it was weird, like not editing as well, just kind of sitting around, because usually it, like you had something to do at the end of the weekends and stuff. The last one was really good.
The Eddie
with
Lane
Eddie,
one.
yeah, that was brilliant.
class.
That was really good. It was really enjoyable.
Yeah, we have, so every week, starting, everyone on here now is part of the team, so every week we're going to have a guest on. This one we just wanted to test it. For two reasons didn't get a guest, because one, we didn't want to fuck up the audio, because this might all still be fucked up. And two, I pre-planned to fast for 7 days and I didn't want to die in front of a guest. That'd be disrespectful. What else then? Yeah, in case you didn't understand me the first time, we rebranded everything from Nottingham, so anyone that's watching this from Croig, we're everything from Nottingham now. Why couldn't I just say that first time? Yeah, so anything else you want to say?
So
No.
it's a new brand, I suppose, is it?
Yeah, it's God, Brendan, this is your job now. You're
New
doing
entity.
It's like a, so that it's separate from the kind of the charity aspect, was it?
Yeah, because
that kind of
I guess like that was I'm so amazed that you were doing this. Like, okay, I'm spending it. Yeah, no. So I guess like the whole thing was that like Crotig is basically for now it's going to be like it's for Thurles in Tipperary, but we want like the podcast to grow around Ireland, to be able to get guests from around Ireland, because we do like friends with different things from around the country who can provide like a lot of like knowledge and stuff. So we do want to attract like an audience from all around Ireland, and I just thought it'd be a bit odd doing that with like a community group from Thurles. Be like Templemore Youth Club doing the podcast that's for Ireland. I don't know, like so it's its own thing. We want it to have its own legs, and
like we can still highlight things from Thurles, but it means that if we do get the opportunity to get a guest on who has nothing to do with Thurles, that we can still talk to them and have that conversation. We don't constantly have to link it back to Thurles, because it'll still be nice, to bring them to Thurles anyway. So like,
and I mean like, was our plans with Croig is to guy in Hives. Our plans with Croig is to make Thurles turn Thurles into Hollywood, but after we do that, when we do talk about things community related about Thurles and stuff, like I suppose other people can take it in. It won't be like I promise you won't be that generic community gardening kind of talk. Like it'll be the new wave of community. We're going to rebrand community gardening. Anything else? We're gonna upload every week on Monday at 7 p.m. every week for the entire 2020. That's why even if this thing is fucked up, I don't know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna have to upload the video with just maybe some elevator music or something if this audio isn't working. But
so like uploading a video every week, would you say that's your 2020 vision?
Yeah. Thanks for watching our test episode. We'll see you next week. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't want to watch it and you just want to listen to it because you want to work or you want to roll up the carpets or you want to sell carpets, you can listen to this on Spotify without having to watch this on YouTube. And if you want to look at us, you can, and you're listening on Spotify, you can watch this on YouTube. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell them all, except don't tell him. That's everything from nothing. See you next week, Monday. See you next week, Monday, 7 p.m. every week. Bye.
Weird. I think we have a new slogan for the end of it.